Hey, can I ask you a question? Are there objective morals? This is a question I've been going around and asking a whole lot of people. And this question I have found to be a very, very good one when going and evangelizing and talking to people. So I'm going to kind of share my personal way that I go about evangelizing. So first of all, sometimes you have to explain what objective morals are versus subjective. So objective means no matter what people think on a subject, it's not changing. People can't pick and choose what this is or isn't. Subjective is apples and oranges. You can change your opinion on them, which one's better, but at the moment, an apple is better for you, or an orange is better for you. You do like it better. That's subjective. It can change, and it doesn't matter. Objective means it's unchanging, and if somebody does change their mind on it, they're in the wrong. Basically, it means you can be in the wrong. There is a wrong. There is a right. Just like math. You can be wrong at math. Math is objective. So, if they answer no, there are no objective morals and everything's subjective, and it's ultimately people that created our moral system, then I would have to ask, well then, if a whole society were to change their mind tomorrow that murder was okay, would it be okay? Or would that society be in the wrong? Most people will answer, oh, yeah, I guess so. That society would be in the wrong. Murder's wrong no matter what. Sometimes there's a stipulation you have to add because some people are like, well, there's a difference between murder and killing, so maybe not all killing's wrong, like if it's in self-defense or whatever. And so sometimes you have to define your terms and be like, okay, murder is the unjust, sought-out killing of an innocent person versus all of the other ones. So that's what we're going with here. We're going with just totally unjust. You just saw this guy walk up to a kid on the street, and for some reason he just decided, because he enjoys doing it, he's going to murder them. So that is wrong. Totally wrong. Everybody will agree that is wrong. Then you have to go into, well, is that objectively wrong? Does that change? And if it's subjective, then who's to tell that guy that just did that he's wrong? If it's people that created it ultimately, then we can't tell anybody that they are wrong. So eventually, you get them to agree that is objectively wrong, to where it doesn't matter what that guy thinks or what that society thinks. Like for another instance, the Nazis in World War II, they decided that exterminating a whole race was okay. And well, I'm here to say that is not okay, objectively. It doesn't matter what that whole society thought, it was wrong. And that's what gave all the other countries the right to step in and stop them. So, once you get to all of this point, hopefully by this point they will agree that murder is objectively wrong and that we have some objectively wrong and right things. If they don't, well, I guess they're being consistent, but I don't think they live their life that way, and you can tell them that. I don't think that person actually lives their life like it, because if they saw an innocent child out on the street, they would go and they would try to stop it. That's just how this life is. We have these morals drilled into our being, into who we are. We just know that they are morally wrong to do. Well, for something to be truly objective, it cannot come from people, because anything that comes from people means people can change it. A creator of something can change it. Just like if you set a goal for yourself or a standard for yourself, well, you can change that standard. That's up to you. It's not objective, it's subjective. You created it, so you can change it. If you had a goal to do 100 push-ups in 1 year, you could change it to be less or more. That's all up to you. That's subjective. But objective is totally different. Objective can't come from people because we can change. Again, it has to come from, I would call it a higher power or a creator of this moral, or a lot of people would call it a God. It's then at this point that you have brought up this higher power or God. Okay? Hopefully they're tracking. Sometimes you have to explain it multiple times for them to grasp the concept of objective things not being able to come from people, but only from a higher power. But once you've done that, hopefully by this point they will have understood, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense to there being a higher power, because we can't create objective morals. And it does. It makes perfect logical sense. But people can deny it. People have the ability to be in the wrong. As we can see, people murder. They're in the wrong. People do this. People do that. They're in the wrong. That's what I'm saying. People can choose to be in the wrong. So not everybody's going to accept what you're saying. But after you get to this point, you then can go on to be like, well, we've only gotten halfway there, Because which God? Which higher power? There's over 4,200 different independent religions in the world, and they all have their form of a higher power or a God or a belief system about how this life works. So the question is, which one's right and which one's wrong? Is there a right? Is there a wrong? Could it just be everybody's praying to the same God? It's a good question. But I have looked into a whole bunch of different religions. I haven't looked into all 4,200 of them because I don't speak a whole bunch of different languages, and a lot of them are only in that. But I do know a couple of things. The first thing I know is that each religion has a totally different God. They are not the same. The Christian God is different than the Muslim God, different than the Hindu God, different than the Mormon God, different than the Jehovah's Witness God, different than what New Age believes in, different than what Buddhists believe in. All of these are different. You can't claim that they're all the same God. They have different attributes. Some of them have different moral standards. So they cannot be the same God. So then the question is, well, if there is a God, has he revealed himself to us even? Like, do we even know about this God, or are we just guessing? The fact that we've discovered that it logically makes sense that there's a God kind of means that he's revealed himself, because we probably could not know if there was a God or not unless he revealed himself. We're too finite to understand a God. Let's say that this God revealed himself, and he can't just be what everybody worships. So which one's right? At this point in the conversation, after you've established that there's probably a God, it would be good to know what their personal beliefs are so that you can talk to them more specifically. And then you can go forward with evidence of why the Christian God and the Christian Bible make the most logical sense. So you can go back to our videos previously about reliability of Scripture and why the Christian God makes the most sense. Those are previous videos. You can go, those have a bunch of details. But real quick, I'm going to share some of the things that I find of why I believe that the Christian God makes the most sense logically in my own mind. One of the big things is that most religions were made by one guy. Muhammad made Islam, Joseph Smith wrote the Book of Mormon, and while they claim it was just them being a transcriber from God, it's still them that really came up with the religion, if they're wrong, if they didn't actually receive it from God. And that's controversial. But that's the thing, it's one guy. The Christian Bible was written by plus 40 people over a long time, 2,000 years. The chance of 40 people coming together to write one book and not disagreeing with each other is kind of crazy. So that's one of the big evidences. The other one is that historically, archaeologically, and morally, it aligns with reality and places in the world like the Bible actually aligns with, like ancient places that archaeologists have went back and dug up. Like, it all aligns with Scripture. Am I saying that it's 100% sure? No, I'm not. We cannot be 100% sure about anything, and that's where faith comes in. But we don't rely on faith alone. We rely on judgment as well. This higher power gave us this ability to use logic. I have logical thoughts that run through my head. I can discern what is right and what is wrong. I can discern if something's true or not. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to figure out what makes the most sense first. And then I'll have to put faith to fill in what's left over. Faith is best described as a chair. So picture that you have a chair, okay? You've seen some other people sit down in it. So you're like, yeah, I have evidence to believe that this chair is going to hold me up. I've seen other people sit down in it, looks sturdy enough. So you go and sit down in it. Are you 100% sure that it's going to hold you up? No, you're not. Nobody can be 100% sure that the chair is going to hold them up, that it isn't like halfway cracked and it just barely held up the last person. You still have to have faith, no matter what you do. We have faith in every little thing we do. We have faith that a door will open on its hinges. We have faith that a friend will be reliable. We have faith in pretty much everything we do, that our car won't break down. Sometimes that fails us. Faith will fail us sometimes. But that's why we put it in the most logical thing. Should I put my faith in a car that looks and most likely will break down? Or should I put my faith in this car that is super reliable? Going back to the chairs, if I were to present you with an invisible chair, it would take a whole lot of faith for you to be able to trust me and sit down in that chair. Or for me to sit down in an invisible chair. Maybe I really truly believe that there's an invisible chair there that will support you. I can truly believe a whole lot of things. I could believe that the chair my 3-year-old built me will withstand my weight. But you know what? That faith is not well grounded in logic. So here's the thing. When it comes to faith about what you believe in this life, first, I would ask you to logically look at everything that you believe and why you believe it, and then come up with the most solid chair that you can before putting your faith in it. So taking all of this into account, all I encourage everybody that I meet with is to logically and truly, with an open heart, look at all the evidence. I heard a really good analogy this last weekend. Some people, you probably know somebody, or maybe you're that person yourself, do not like to try new foods. And sometimes if you offer them something new they've never tried before, they will make up their mind before they try it that they don't like it. And so when they try it, they don't like it. So what I extend to everybody watching this video, watching and hearing my words, is always be open to listening to other people and to actually logically looking into what they're saying. Is what they're saying true? Is what they're saying not true? Don't make a choice before even considering it. That's what I would encourage. Go out there and live bold, speak truth, and show love.